What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Thursday. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. I apologize about the video and the sound might be a little screwed up. I am in a hotel. I'm out of town. I explained yesterday in the video, but I do want to get this video out to you guys. I do want to remind you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research. This market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here, you haven't already, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. That will get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. I do daily updates every single day, even with crappy video and sound when I'm out of town. So anyways, make sure you smash the thumbs up and leave your comments, guys. That really helps the video out. Also, don't forget to check the description below the video for a bunch of affiliate links to get you some free stuff. Also, there is a free Discord group down there. Definitely check it out. Awesome community, guys. If you love crypto, you'll love the community. All right, let's get into it. Bitcoin on the daily. So let me go into the weekly. Actually, start out there looking. I am still looking at this as a big bull flag, guys, and we are getting support on the top of the bull flag here, which was old resistance become new support. I do believe that's still to be the case. Now, I do believe there is a possibility we go back down to around 8,000, and I do believe this could be a shakeout, guys. This could be the final shakeout before a nice run up. And the 55 EMA lines up right around there at the $8,000 range. We will also take a look at the daily, and look at the daily. All our smaller EMAs have crossed the 55 here. So it's looking bearish, guys. But again, I want to point out, let me move this a little bit. I want to point out one thing. This wedge changes. I'm not sure which way to draw these lines, but we'll look at the 4 hour, and the wedge is different in the 4 hour because I like to go off the wicks. But in this case, the bottom of this wedge right now on the daily, if we were to go down, is around 84.50 range. So if we break below that, guys, then we'll start looking at our lower lows. But we'll look at that in a 4 hour. Just stick with me. I'm going to make this as quick as possible. I ran through a whole video and did not have the sound on. That is irritating, guys. Some of you may know how much work it is to do this stuff, but when you do a whole video and that happens, not a good day. Anyways, so yeah, still getting support up here. I know people are probably panicking from this drop, guys, but when you zoom out, it's really nothing yet. We haven't seen any significant volume on this move, so it's definitely not a breakdown yet. Could be, but I don't think so. I think this is going to end up being a shakeout, guys. But that's my opinion. Don't trade off my opinion. If you do want to trade, though, when we do find these trade setups, I'll leave a Bybit tutorial up there. I also have a link to that below in the description. You get a $60 bonus when you sign up. Check the tutorial out. Kind of gives you the ins and outs a little bit, guys. But do not do extremely high leverage and lose all your money. And don't put in more than you're willing to lose in that account just in case you do lose. Although there is opportunity to make a lot of money, it's an opportunity to lose a lot too. So be careful if you are going to play with leverage trading, guys. But if you do risk management right, and you're careful and you really are patient and look for, high probability, low risk moves, you can do pretty well at it. Just be careful. Anyway, I wanted to throw that out there. There's also a Prime XBT link down there that gives you a 35% bonus for signing up if you use my link. So if you was to deposit $1,000, they would put in an extra $350. That doesn't mean you can withdraw the $350, but you can keep gains off of it when you use it for trading. So anyways, let's get on with it. So yeah, on the daily, looking at this as a falling wedge, the measured move, the break of this falling wedge is, if we were to break out today, which it's possible, but I think it's less likely. Maybe tomorrow have a big move, but it's going to be around the 10.3 area. We'll take a look at that in a 4 hour. Let's go into the RSI. I'm going to try to zip through this as fast as possible from here, guys. All right, falling channel that we broke out of here, and we seem to be in a falling broadening wedge here. Let me clone this line. and just take a look at, it's not letting me clone it. There we go. Could I have this drawn in there wrong? Yeah, this could actually, let me get that out of there. This actually looks more like a falling channel here. But we've been talking about coming back down in the RSI in the daily to retest this trend line. It's still possible. I don't think it's necessary though. And we'll take a look at the 4-hour RSI. 4-hour RSI. I had a channel drawn in here. I got rid of the top of the channel because this was more like a bull trap here. But it does look like we are making some sort of a wedge here. So you could either look at it as a wedge or, yeah, I'm looking at it as a wedge. If we close a 4-hour below this, which this 4-hour just started in this video, but if we close a 4-hour below this, then chances are we're coming down to test this trend line, and we'll take a look at that in the price action and see what that would be. All right, so on the 4-hour, like I said, the wedge is a little different because I like to go off the wicks. So not sure which one's actually correct, but either way, I mean, it's pointing to the same area. So we've had this in here, the 85.32. Looking for a bounce if we get there, guys. That is the 0.618 Fibonacci, and we'll zoom in a second and take a look at the Fibonacci levels. But the bottom of this here, we could go a little below, could get like a fake out, could come down to this 8,500 or, you know, 84.80, somewhere in that area, and still get a bounce off this bottom trend line. If we break below that, chances are we're probably going to go down to our next targets. Let's put the Fibonacci up. Take a look at that. Oh, one more thing I want to point out. The 55 EMA is looking to cross down over the 200. So the only way to stop that, guys, this is the 4-hour. The next tick may be across. So I'd say within the next 8 hours, if we don't get a nice big move up, we could be seeing some downward action. But let's pull up that Fibonacci now. Again, guys, I apologize for the video and the sound. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but at least this video will turn out. The last one did not. So, yeah, there's that 0.618 Fibonacci. It could bounce anywhere in this area. I guess, I don't see it going much lower than this trend line. And if it does, we're probably in trouble. Then we're most likely looking for, if we go below that 84, then we're most likely headed down towards the $8,000 range, guys. And I would look for support, huge support there. In our measured move, like I said, measuring this as a wedge, if we were to break out somewhere in the next day or two, we're going to be around the 10,300 as a measured move. Keep in mind, we had a lot of resistance at that 9,300. Which I believe we'll have it again. This was old support, come new resistance. And then we'll have some more if we are able to break above this 10.3. The 10.9 is going to give us heavy resistance. As you can see, it was heavy resistance over here. If we could break through that, get up to our target of 11.7. And that target, let me get this out of the way, got from measuring this as a flagpole to where if we break up from here, that would be our target. And I believe if we make it up to that target, then we'll probably make 10.9 support again and shoot up from there, guys, to our higher targets. Yeah, let's go into Litecoin. I want to remind you guys, my wife's webpage is up, inkyyourimage.com. Definitely check it out. Tons of crypto gear. She's got t-shirts, coffee mugs, beer koozies, aluminum signs, hats. She also has hoodies and keychains and a few other things. You can hit her up into contact. She can put any crypto you want, not just the stuff you see here, or any saying that you want, any family pictures, whatever. Great Christmas gifts, and another way to help support the channel, guys. I appreciate everybody that's been checking out the page and purchasing stuff, and yeah, I appreciate it. All right, Litecoin. Looking at Litecoin, we're gonna zip through this, guys. I gotta get going. Litecoin on the daily, looking at this as a falling wedge, measured move of that 114. I still believe that we are headed there, and guys, it doesn't mean we have one big huge green candle. So let's look at what's going on here. We talked about yesterday, if it dropped down below the 59.93 range, which it has, that we would most likely come down to our next targets. Something I want to point out, actually I'll do it in the 4 hour. It's pretty interesting, but I do want to say this 200 EMA will most likely be resistance around that 7250 range, somewhere in that area. Also, if I'm gonna clone this line right here, bring it down. This could be a rising channel. Let me thin this line out here. So this could be a rising channel in here now. And if we take a measured move of that and we're to break up somewhere in this range, we're going to be looking at the 70. Put this up here. If it is a shakeout, like I believe. But we'll see. But we'll be looking for this 77.56 with a breakup of that. And these other levels, if we break down past this 56.72, and that is confluent with this line. Let me show you. We put the Fibonacci retracement on here from the swing low to the swing high. And that lines up perfectly with the 0.5 fib and this trend line. So I'm looking for a bounce there at the 56.72 for Litecoin. If that does not hold and we don't get a bounce there, 54.59 area is the 0.618. And if that doesn't hold, 51.28 is 0.786. If that doesn't hold, we could be in big trouble. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Let's look at the RSI and then we'll go into the 4 hour. Then we'll check on Ethereum. All right, so we were looking at this as this whole thing as a rising, broadening wedge, possibly. We had the smaller one up here. We did close the daily outside of here. So chances are, if you guys have been watching, we watched this rising channel, came out of it in this big falling channel here. I also have a trend line of these 3 bottoms here, so I look at that as a triple bottom on the RSI. We could come back down and test this one more time before continuing up, and we still have a possibility of this popping up and continuing up from there. Let's look at the 4 hour price action and see if that gives us any clues. I left the Fibonacci on there so you can see that 56.72, which would line up with this RSI hitting the bottom of this rising, broadening wedge here in the white. So that looks like most likely what we're going to do, guys. And I would look for a bounce at the 56.72. Let me get the Fibonacci's off of here now. And yeah, that's what I'm looking at there. If we don't get that bounce there, then obviously we're looking at the lower targets. But I am definitely looking for a bounce in that area and at least come up to attempt to break back up in this and then get to our higher highs. Or, you know, the next targets. All right, so looking at Ethereum on the daily. Still looking at this triangle. We have not broke down out of it. And we have measured move measuring this as a flag pull. This being the bull flag. If we were to break up in the next day or so, I'd be looking for the 225 range as the measured move there. Again, guys, we're going to get resistance here most likely around the $198 to $200 range on the 200 EMA, but that's only if we break up, obviously. And I've talked about, you know, longing and shorting this, and again, I do have a Bybit tutorial. I'll leave it at the end of the video also, but I would do a long at the top if we broke out of this and put a stop loss, a tight stop loss just under the trend line, and I would do the same here. I would do a short if it broke below, with a tight stop loss just above, so you risk very little or a possibility of great gains. But anyways, going to the RSI. So looking at the RSI here, remember this is the daily, guys. This is looking like a descending triangle, which tend to break down. That could be what we're looking at here. I'm going to draw another trend line real quick right across here. We could be breaking down to this area here if we do break down. Now remember, we can this RSI can come down below this line as long as it comes back up and closes above it before the daily close. Let's go into the 4 hour, if that's helping any. 4 hours looking, well, let's see here. No, I was going to say we had some divergence, but not really. All right, so let's look at the targets. So we looked at the higher targets, right? If we looked at this as a symmetrical triangle, I don't know where my measured move is. Let me put another one in there. So if we looked at this as a symmetrical triangle, not as a bull flag, the measured move off that would be around the 215 range. The breakdown of that would be around the 157. I also have this low target down here, and that's just taking the flagpole as a breakdown over here. So, but as of right now, if I was to short this going down on each one of these levels, I would be taking small amounts of profit out. And do remember too, when you guys, the safest way to do it is when there's a break. If you get in at the break and you get up enough, get your stop loss and profit. That way you know you're not losing any money. Same with if you're shorting it, get your stop loss and profit as soon as possible. That is the safest way. All right, let's pull out the Fibonacci retracement here and take a look at these levels. And that's just off this swing low here, the swing high here. And as you can see, the 0.5 is at 176, 0.618 is at 170, and the 0.786, let me put one there too. These are areas to watch for the bounce, guys. If it was to break down. Now, it doesn't have to break down. We can go up from here. You know, the Ethereum could possibly hold up in this triangle while Litecoin does its final little dip and then bounce up from there. Or Bitcoin, I'm sorry. Bitcoin's looking, let's see before I get off this stream. It's definitely wanting to go down and test that 85.32 range. So keep an eye on that, guys. It may have done it by the time I get this video out. It takes a while to upload. But I want to thank all you guys for stopping in. Make sure you smash the likes, leave your comments. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. I could possibly try to do a live stream, but I don't know if this computer is going to work out, if I can get all the settings right. So I will try later. I'll talk to you guys in a Discord later on tonight when I get done working. So have a great day. I'm out.